What's up, guys? I'm back with Loretta Lynn's Day 2 coverage. I got some information about Troy Lee Designs. He's bought back his company. I'm going to tell you why that's so awesome. And I took a lot of heat yesterday for calling Cole Davies Australian. I'm sorry. Your guys' flags look identical, almost identical, I should say. I understand it's two completely separate countries and the ocean divides them. I get it, and I'm sorry for calling him Australian. You guys have the same accents, and it's the same part of the world. I made a mistake. Cole Davies is from New Zealand, not Australia. New Zealand. Got it, guys. I forgot to bring up Jayla. And, he came on the show and told us, he didn't have real high expectations. He wanted to get a top 10, top 15. He wasn't going to win. Man, he made a great comeback at the end of that moto to end up in 6th. Damn, that was a pretty good ride for Jayla. Not bad. That was probably a lot more than what he expected. I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up all week, but hey, we had a flash. We had a Jayla sighting. We didn't talk about it on the show, but this guy's been through some rough things in his life, and to see him getting it back together and on the right track, I'm sorry, it just makes me happy. So no matter what you actually think of Jayla, it's pretty cool when somebody can overcome their demons and do what appears to be the right things, and he looks like he's on the right track, so good on Jayla.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Thank you to all the members. We got a bunch of you guys already that have jumped in. What I will be doing is featuring a member at the end of every video and just trying to pump up your YouTube channel. Also, I'll be doing some exclusive content for you guys. A lot of the interviews I get, you'll get them first. And I'll also be doing some giveaways specifically for the members coming up. It's $2.99 a month. My goal with this channel is to give you what's happening. Not what they tell you what's happening, what's actually happening. I want to let you know who's making money off the sport, who's not making money, and maybe we can help keep these people accountable for their actions. So by subscribing, you're helping me do that, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Okay, I'm going to start today by just telling you how cool it is that Troy Lee has bought back the portion that he had sold to a group. Now he is the sole owner. He has control of his own company again, and it's so important. I can't tell you how many good companies in this sport have brought in these outside investors and these money. Then they bring in their own executives that don't know crap about the sport. Look at the PR group right now with KTM, Husqvarna, and Gas. They're going through this right now. They got a bunch of people that do not care about this sport. They don't know about this sport. They read spreadsheets. They don't have any idea what's really going on, and they ruin companies. They ruin Tucker Power Sports. Western Power Sports has been bought out by one, and they're a little bit smarter. They're not as bad, but they're still having a lot of the same struggles. Yes, I understand these people when they start these companies and they get these huge paychecks, and they can set their families up for life. I don't blame them for selling. But at the same time, I also want to give extra kudos to Troy Lee Designs for protecting the sport that we love and staying true core and buying it back. Now he has control. He's got Ducati coming in. Man, I'll tell you what, I want to support Troy Lee. That's a bad dude. So I talked yesterday about the heat and how hot it was at Loretta Lynn's, and these poor kids looked like they were just on death's doorstep. I mean, it's kind of scary, and heat is nothing to mess around with. People die from heat stroke. It causes some serious damage to where years later, you get heat stroke much easier if you've been susceptible to it as a kid. And Loretta Lynn says they cut the motos down. They cut them down a couple laps or a couple minutes. And I think that's great. But what I really want to do, take those stupid bibs off them. I don't mind cutting the distance, but those bibs cannot be cool. They don't flow air like they should. It's adding a whole nother layer of clothing to these guys in these heat. That's stupid. Come on, man. Can we just... The reason they won't do this is because MX Sports has sold, the logos on those bibs and said they'll be on every rider. God forbid they, give up any of their money for rider safety. Maybe we could figure out a bib that's part of the jersey, or there's got to be a better way to work that system. And I know they're better than they used to be, and they do ventilate a little bit, but it's still another layer. Get rid of those damn things. So in the Open Pro class, I saw Avery Long absolutely ride like a savage, and I've learned a lot more about this kid. This is a serious talent right here, and I hope he gets a shot on a team. Unfortunately, he finished second in the moto, but he was docked 5 positions for going off in the first turn. He had to start all the way on the outside because they draw for the positions in the first moto, and he drew one way on the outside. And it's almost impossible not to get shoved off in that first turn. That's just the way it is when 42 bikes go jamming in there. Some people get pushed off. Maybe he accelerated. Maybe he deserved a 2-position penalty. I don't see 5. 5 was a bit excessive, but the real problem in the pro class They don't do timed qualifying. They have transponders. It would be really, really easy for the pro classes to just take their last practice session, take the times, and then that's your pick for the gate. Why don't they do that? I don't understand that. I understand in some of the C divisions where it's their first time at Loretta's, they want them going out in practice and learning the track. Come on, these guys are pros. Not many of them are new to the ranch, and the ones that are at a pro level. Let them go out and do it the way they should do it. You want to prep them for the nationals? Let's start with timed qualifying for at least the pro classes or the higher level classes. I understand the C class and some of those other ones. I get it. You can still do the drawing for that, and I don't have a problem with that. But with these higher level guys that are about to turn pro, let's not make them just draw for 42nd pick and put somebody like Avery Long, who needs to win this to have a shot at getting on a good team to really show what he can do for his career. It's so important, and it all comes down to drawing. That's stupid. Man, I'll tell you what, Drew Adams is a beast, and the way this group of open pros just walloped, Andrew Short, Cole Martinez, and some of these really, really fast vet riders. And that's, like I said, that's what I use as my gauge to see how good the class is. This looks like a very, very fast class of riders, and Drew Adams is a step above. The only thing I worry about Drew is he's a big kid. If he grows any more, he's not going to be able to ride a dirt bike very well. And if you're small, you have a disadvantage in football. If you're extremely large, you have a disadvantage in dirt bike racing. It's just the way it goes. So hopefully, I don't know if they can stunt his growth or what they can do, but if he stays this size, he's got a really solid career. If he continues to grow and gets much bigger, it's going to be hard for him when he goes to that next level. I want to thank Travis at Epic Garage Designs. Travis Ogborn has the most badass company. They take your garage. This is one we did at an airplane hangar. I mean, it looks so cool. Go over to Epic Garage Designs, check it out, and get your garage done up by Travis and Epic Garage Designs. And then Coach Rob, he's got his podcast dedicated to our amateurs and vets. He's got all sorts of stuff going on the Coach Rob channel, and his riders are kicking butt. In the 85cc 10 to 12 division, his riders went 1-2. Props to them, and his riders are going to have a big advantage this week because Coach understands hydration. He understands to have riders that are prepped, ready to go, and not overworked. And I think you're going to see a lot of his guys doing really well this week in that heat. Man, I love the WMX race. This is probably the biggest American WMX race we have. I know they have the Nationals this year, and they're getting back into having a women's national series, which I think is great. But this is still the biggest race of the year where these girls really want to shine. And we have some fast girls out there. Lachlan Lala Turner, who I told you about yesterday, who's riding 2 classes because she's young enough to ride the 11 to 16, and then also the big class. She was hauling ass out there. Caught up to Kylie Stallings twice. And Kylie won this race last year. So she knows how to win, and she is legit. And Jordan Jarvis got third. She ended up second, but she was in third the whole moto. Keep in mind, Jordan Jarvis is legit. She has qualified for AMA Pro Nationals in the Fast 40. She has got into Nationals. That's how good the women are riding right now. And I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the most fun classes to watch. That came down to the last turn with all 3 of those girls battling. Turner went for the pass, almost made it on Kylie, but Kylie is a savage, man. She does not give up easily. Turner fell down, and then she ended up third, with Jarvis coming in second. I do miss my friend Sophia Phelps out there, but she is killing it on the mic. They brought her in the booth. Sophia Phelps is a class act, and she would be right in the mix if she had decided to race. And I was watching my guy Carter Gray in the 65 10 to 11 division. I told you about him yesterday, dry heaving and just beat down. He went out there today, and he was riding his butt off again, fell over, ended up fourth. He looks a little bit beat down. But I really like that kid. He's fun to watch. And like I said, I'm going to pay attention and see how his career goes because he's got that intangible, that dog inside of him. And I hope he doesn't overdo it so much this week that it causes problems. But Carter Gray is going to be a beast. Kid that won was Jaden Smart. Do you remember him last year at Super Duper when they had the 65s at Charlotte when he was sending the triple? Man, there's some serious talent in that 65 division. In the Super Minis, Aiden Zing took the win. And I was surprised. Vincent Way was leading it and looked to be checking out to the win, but I guess he's sick. And he faded back, ended up third. That would be the worst, to be sick and to be subject to that heat. Loretta's is brutal in that aspect where, you train all year, biggest race of the year. If you happen to get sick that week, what a bummer. Vincent Wade does enough racing, and he's around there enough that I don't think it's going to affect his career like it could some of these other kids that we don't know about. But yeah, what a bummer to get sick the week of Loretta's. Chad Reed's kid, Tate Reed, is out there. And I've heard a lot of people talking smack saying Tate doesn't have it, or he's not, he's Chad Reed's kid, so he's going to have all these unreal expectations put on him. But I also think it's ridiculous to judge a kid when he's just starting like this. Chad Reed is smart enough to understand these racers like him could race well into their 30s. There's no need to go all in at this young age. What I'll be watching for with Tate is, does he decide to go all in and go for it? Does he decide to get much better? Now, where he finishes this year, not a problem. What I would like to see is improvement. If you see steady improvement and then he kind of comes into his own as a pro, don't write him off yet, but I hope he has fun. He looks like he's having a good time, and it's nice to see the Reed family at Loretta's. And if you want proof of how unimportant it is to get results at that young age, look at Logan Best. Logan's a great kid who works his butt off, and he's been a top rider for a long time. He battled Hayden Deegan on Super Minis. He battled a lot of these top guys that are moving on to the Nationals. And unfortunately, Logan hasn't been able to make that jump. I hate saying this, but it's the truth. He's just not that talented. He works hard. He has all this opportunity, but I don't know if he's got a career ahead of him racing dirt bikes. If I'm Logan Best, either go pro and make a run at it, or go pro in the Arena Cross series. Take a different route. Whatever he's doing right now is not working. He's not getting better. And that's a problem. And that's the thing you really want to look for in these amateurs is improvement. And I haven't seen any improvement in Logan Best the last couple of years. Guys, check out Ride Strapped, best goggle company I know of. They are patriotic. They love this sport. And I really appreciate them. Get your shirts, get your goggles, get your glasses. Head over to ridestrap.com. And if you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. Precision Transport is a trucking company you can trust. They have customer service, up-to-date tracking, and reasonable pricing. So hit up pretransport.com. Holy crap, that second 250A moto might have been one of the best motos I've ever witnessed. Drew Adams ended up winning it. Parker Ross on the SLR Honda got second and pushed him all the way to the end. And Liam Olaf and Avery Long battled each other. They were 1-2. Looked like Liam stalled it. Avery ran right into him. Man, and this is one hell of a group of riders. We got some serious talent this year. At Loretta Lynn's, not every single year do we get this kind of talent, but all these guys are showing the heart and determination, and they're good. You got Drew Adams, Avery Long, Liam Olaf, and Parker Ross got in the mix. All right, guys, that's it for day 2. I will catch you guys later.